Hello everyone, welcome back to Isadora. It's really good to be back. Hope you're all having a good week. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been viewing the channel, welcome back. Thank you for viewing. Okay, so this is not one of my usual topics, right? It was just something I felt I needed to do, right? Last night I couldn't sleep. I kept tossing and turning and I didn't understand why. Then I had the strong feeling that I needed to put out a prayer for healing. Now, this is one part of my life that I hate to share. I do not like to share that part of my life. I like to keep it very, very private because I'm a private person, right? So I like to keep that part of my life very hidden. And as I was struggling with that, I also heard a word that if you deny God, God will deny you. Now, for me, that's not even a joke because for someone like me, if God denies me, I'm roast. Literally. This will be my last video. If God denies me, I'm not even kidding because I'm one of those few people. I'm on that lifeline to God. Do you understand? I can't afford that. But to be honest, I think the real reason why I was struggling with it, and let me talk about it because when I talk about stuff, I tend to work on it even better. I think the real reason why I was struggling with it is because somehow, deep down, I like being stereotyped. I know, it's really twisted, it's really crazy, but I like being stereotyped. I like it when people judge a book by its cover. I tend to enjoy it. See, like me, right? I spent a better part of my childhood on stage performances, like different cultural dances for different countries. Do you understand? I dance. That's what I do. Do you understand? I love to dance, and I'm really good at it as well. So, I spent a better part of my childhood on stage performances, right? And people twisted that and said, maybe I told a few people. They said, "Oh no, she's a stripper." Then I grew up amongst brothers, right? So for me to talk to guys, platonic. Do you understand? Platonic friendships, it comes to me with ease, right? And I've been called that choice word, hoe. Now, don't get me wrong, I can't even blame them to that extent. Reason being, I myself, I've made my mistakes in the past, right? I've been in relationships that I had no business being in. No business around certain people and in relationships that I had zero business being in. So I can't blame them that much. I'm inclined to be quiet, right? I mean, I've told myself I had my reasons, but I mean, there's no excuse. So I'm inclined to be quiet, mostly because I know that for the people saying all sorts, eventually it will hit them. It will be a bit too late, but it will hit them eventually, right? It always does. Now, once upon a time, a long time ago, about 15 years ago, right? I attended this place of worship, a church. And for a very long time, I had to go to that church almost every day. Let me tell you why. Like, even when I would leave school, take my schoolwork and go to church office and sit there. Reason being, one Sunday service. Now, I wasn't like a major member of the church, but I liked the place. The pastor had said that one thing he loved, one thing that drove him crazy, kind of figure of speech, is when he comes across man or woman, somebody that is dressed to the T, somebody that looks amazing. Let's use a man as an example. Like a man that looks fly in a three-piece suit and is dripping and everything. Obviously, decent, decently dressed. You know when you're vulgar, right? So, I mean, someone that is decent, less is more. And decency is more classy. Anyway, so he said he likes it when he meets those kind of people. And then you have a conversation with them and they're talking about God. That he absolutely, that thing, that when you think this one is like a player or whatever it is, and they open their mouths and they're an upright person, they're talking about God, that thing amazes him. And for some reason, it hit me like a ton of bricks. My goodness. Because for me, I've never really been a fan of the cliche, Anyway, until later, I met this man's wife and it was like a life-changing moment for me. And I will never forget it, because for me, this was my first encounter with an angel. It was unbelievable. So my friend had an issue and she was a bit shy. She didn't want to talk to her about it. So I walked into her office. I mean, that was the first time I met her. And she had on this, and I remember, and I'll tell you I remember so much. She had on this white silk shirt, like a skirt, a high waist black skirt, like a midi length, right? But it had a slit. Now, it wasn't indecent, it was very, very decent, but very hot. Then she had like this knee-length boots and everything, so you could see through the slits. Like I said, not vulgar, very decent, but very, very stylish. Had her hair like stylish and everything. So I walked into her office, and just when I was thinking how stylish and amazing this woman looked, something else struck me. And my friend, the love, the light that came from this woman. For people, she had never seen us before. She didn't know if she would ever see us again. But the love and that emanated, she prayed, she was an angel. And in my mind, something struck me that this is what being godly means. This is what being a person of God means. The light and the love for people she didn't even know. I knew I had come in contact with an angel. She's passed away now. God rest her soul. But it was a life-changing moment for me, because in that moment, I knew that this is what being a person of God is. You know, like I said, I've never been a fan of the cliche, the baggy clothes, hair wrap, the baggy Bible, because a lot of people use that as a cover-up for their evil, wicked ways. Do you understand? So, as long as you can look the part and speak the lingo, then a lot of people just use that as a cover-up. Oh, that means I'm a person of God, or whatever it is. Do you understand? You know, in that minute, meeting that lady, like I said, she's passed now. God needed her more. Trust me, that woman, out of this world. I realized that the most important commandment for God, what was most important for God, was love. Just love. And I'm not saying being in love or falling in love. Love your neighbor, figure of speech, whoever they are. What that means to me is that if I see harm coming to my neighbor, right, and I'm opportune to tell them, I have to tell them. If I'm not opportune, then I will intercede, right? If I see my neighbor in lack and I'm opportune to share my bread, I will share it. Of course, I'll take the bigger half. I'm just saying, I will share it. You know, how they choose to interpret that is not my problem. Because you see, in the past, when I've done that, a lot of people will turn around and then say, maybe she's a witch, maybe she wants my glory, if I'm sharing my things with you, how attractive do you think your glory is? World people, you know. So that's what love means to me. It's so sad that we're in a world where people complain about other people being so bad, yet when somebody is good to them, they misconstrue it. Now, it's not my problem if people are too clueless to understand that somebody can genuinely lend out a helping hand without wanting anything in return. That's not my problem. My problem is, my thing is to obey. Do it and move. I don't even want to thank you, because my blessing should never, ever, or will never come from those people. My blessing won't come from them. It will come from God. So even when they misconstrued it, or they don't say thank you or whatever, it doesn't really matter to me. I've done my bit. Initially, in the past, when people did that to me, I'll go around and, this person did this to me. This person did that to me. Oh my God, this, that. Do you understand? I would complain about it. And then it hit me that the moment you talk about what you do for other people, you've canceled the blessing. You've taken the glory for it. It's like maybe you go to charity and you do charity stuff, and you hold out your phone and film it. That's self-glory. Do you understand? You're taking the glory for it. You haven't done anything. If you really want the blessings, you do it and you keep it moving. Do you understand? So after that, I just stopped. How you decide to misconstrue it, it's your bag. My bag is to be in obedience. And I don't want to digress too long, but in that same spirit of obedience, I really struggled with this last night, and I'm going to put it out anyway. Now, please, if it doesn't resonate with your heart, you're not inclined to listen. I totally understand. Not a lot of people would listen to prayer from a light-skinned woman with gold hair. My African people understand, don't worry about it. But if you are inclined to listen, if you're female, indulge me, my beautiful, and please cover your head and let's get through it. Okay. Abba Father, we thank you. I thank you for this wonderful opportunity in your presence once again. I thank you for my life. I thank you for the lives of any and everyone listening to this today. Father Lord, I thank you for my family. I thank you for my home. I thank you for my community. And I thank you for this nation. Please accept our thanksgiving. Is there any way we have sinned and fallen short of your glory? Father Lord, please have mercy. You're a merciful God, and I come before your mercy seat today. We are but flesh. Please forgive our iniquities according to your greatness, to the greatness of your mercy. Father, please pour out your mercy. And we say thank you that you have heard us. Dear Lord, you're still the same God. That same God that sent forth your word unto the centurion servant and he was healed. That same God that gave Lazarus' family hope when you raised him from the dead. You're that same God that provided for the widow and her son when they were in lack. Father Lord, please stretch forth your mighty hands upon us, because there's so many people today that are sick in one way or the other and they need healing. There's so many people today that are in lack and they need provision. There's so many people out there, oh Lord, that don't even know what next. And they need you. Manifest your power in our lives. Manifest your glory in our lives. Dear Lord, manifest your love in our lives. Most importantly, manifest your healing in our lives, so that at the end of the day, we will have cause to glorify your holy name. Only you, Abba Father, will take the glory. And collectively, we say, Amen. If your response is Amen, even if your response is Ashe, doesn't matter. We're all one. We're the same. And some way, somehow, we all need the love of God. Stay blessed. Namaste. Love you all. Bye.